What's up, guys? Beast Puppy here, over with my boy Beast Farm. Brandon, this is my older brother. He's what I would call an expert on the NFC East, and that's kind of what we're going to be going over today, and just showing you guys our summary on the NFC East and what's going to happen and why, basically. So, you just want to tell them real quick, Brandon, how long you've been a Cowboys fan and whatnot, and how much you love them?
Yeah, yeah. I've been a Cowboys fan for as long as I can remember. They're America's team. We get a lot of hate, but um, not a good reason. I understand. At the same time, we're America's team. I've been playing football, gosh, my whole life. Played college football at Colorado School of Mines. Go Ore Diggers. And
What it
yeah,
is.
yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to watch the Cowboys this year. I think we have a legit shot to win the Super Bowl. God willing, we stay healthy.
God
But
willing, right?
yeah,
Gotta stay away from that injury bug. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it here. And yeah, like Brandon said, I completely agree. I think they're definitely an NFC contender for the Super Bowl here, and we'll let you know why. First thing we're gonna go over is just their new additions and losses. First thing we're gonna say is the losses. So it looks like they lost Noah Brown. They lost Connor McGovern, their guard. Noah Brown is their receiver, by the way. And then they lost Dalton Schultz. Some would say Dak's favorite target. I would say Dak's favorite target, which could prove to be a big loss. Then they released Zeke, and they released James Washington also, which I really liked, but I don't know. You gotta do it. Additions wise, they added Brandon Cooks, added Stephon Gilmore, in the just through trade. Both of those were through trade, right? Stephon and
yeah,
Brandon. What did they give up for Stephon and Brandon? If
like
you
a
remember,
fifth and a sixth.
like fifth, sixth. Okay, so they won that, especially just for the year, obviously. Um, and then through the draft, they got Mozzie Smith, Luke Schoonmaker in the second, and then I just wanted a notable one, just Deuce Vaughn. I loved kind of the story with him and his dad and whatnot, and kind of how that all happened. Off-season grade, I gave a B. And when we talk about these off-season grades, I put a C as in you didn't really get better or worse. D, obviously, you got worse. So a B, I think they got a little better here, definitely. I don't think extremely better, but I definitely think they got a little better with Cooks, Gilmore, and then we'll go over what Mozzie Smith's going to bring a little later on, too.
Man,
But,
I
what do
got
you,
I got to disagree with you there.
all right, let's hear it.
I think they hit it out of the park.
Yeah,
Um,
I I knew you would.
I mean, not with just the additions, but with the losses. Noah Brown,
True.
freaking ball off the chest, lost us the game, and everyone's freaking out because Dak throws interceptions literally off Noah
Yeah,
Brown's
no
fucking
Brown's not a
chest.
huge loss.
Connor McGovern, Dalton Schultz, not worried about it. Tight ends are kind of plug and play in this offense. At least that's what I've seen from Dak. And Zeke, I think that's gonna freaking get Jerry off Mike McCarthy's back.
Yeah.
Freaking feed Zeke. People love Zeke. I love Zeke. But man, after 5 years, he just was not the same. And James Washington, nothing really there. I think they hit it out of the park because one, they signed Trayvon Diggs, Terrence Steele today, Zach Martin. They got that taken care of on team friendly deals, I might add. But a
True,
fifth
true.
and a sixth for Brandon.
Yeah. So let me stop you right there. Sorry. No, I agree with everything you're saying. Definitely. When I talk about these offseason grades, like I was saying, it's just a team through team kind of next year, this year, and yeah, I think actually you do make a great point. They probably did improve pretty vastly, probably a lot better than a B. But I don't really put in my grade. I don't put any of the obviously got them for a C, or who they signed. I'm just going from team to team wise, just here with the new additions and
Okay.
losses.
I
But
mean, with that being, I mean, even without that, Brandon Cooks and Stephon Gilmore for a
sorry,
fifth and a
we're
sixth.
gonna move on
Come
really
on.
quick. We're gonna move on really quick.
Okay.
I do agree though. Brandon Cooks and Stephon Gilmore for a fifth and a sixth. The only reason I say that only for the year is that at the end of the day, they're probably gonna be in their prime or they're gonna be helpful for 1 to 2 more years, max. Um,
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah. But key names on the offense. So we got a pretty solid offense here in Dallas. Huh? Um, we got Dak, obviously Tony P. We all know how explosive he is. Sea Beast. We all know how amazing he and Dak are together. Then obviously addition to Brandon Cooks and Michael Gallup for just the third, probably just to be the over the top, second receiver there, with Cooks in the slot. That's kind of where I have their skill positions wise. I have a grade A right there, just a solid A for their skill positions.
Hmm.
What do you think? Think maybe a little worse?
Yeah. No. Yeah, maybe a little bit worse. I'm not sure. I mean, I think there's going to be some growing pains with the receivers, and that's
True.
because CD, Brandon Cooks, they can both play inside or outside. Michael Gallup can even play inside if you want him to. But I think there's going to be some growing pains with that. But yeah,
True.
and that's what I mean that's where I think it's an A because they have so much versatility. They just have so much versatility between those players right there.
Definitely. Yet on the offensive line, they got Tyron Smith, Tyler Smith, Biotish, Zach Martin, and Terrence Steele. So I think 1 through 5 there. I gave him a B plus just because Tyron's a little old. He's all right. He's not in his prime for sure. But the rest of that line
Yeah.
is pretty solid, especially with Terrence Steele playing good. He just got a new contract, by the way. Shout out to him. I
You
don't know if you
did.
saw that, but
Yeah.
so yeah, that's why I
Um,
gave the B plus. I was gonna give an A, just 1 through 5. Obviously you lack a little depth too, and we'll go over that later. But I do
oh, big
think one
time.
through five, it's a pretty good. It's a good offensive line for sure.
I think it's great. I think it's a great offensive line.
Yeah.
Um,
So
I mean,
okay.
Tyron Smith took a step back last year. He hasn't been healthy for the past 2 seasons, and so that's where I think the B plus comes into account.
Yep.
Otherwise, I think it's one of the better offensive lines in the league. Top 5, I'd say easy.
Yeah, I agree. Front seven wise, man, I just gotta tell you, I'm in love with this front seven. And that might be because I just watch them a lot and I like the team, but boy, when you want to talk about adding Mozzie Smith to this D line, I mean, we already know what Demarcus Lawrence can do, run stopping. I mean, Mozzie Smith's only gonna help that. And then Diggy Zua, obviously, he's gonna help. I don't know. I just love the D line. Then you got Sam Williams too as a pass rusher with Micah. Like I think the D line especially. If I had to just grade the D line by itself, I'd say A plus. You got so much depth there. Um, so
Yeah,
much, just so much talent too. I mean, no one talks about Sam Williams. He was incredible for you guys last year. Um,
he was great. He was
Linebacker
great.
wise,
Yeah.
the notable keys I added were Van Der Esch and Jabril, which ended my front seven grade to an A minus.
So
What's up?
so Jabril Cox actually got cut recently. That is what's his name? LSU. Damone
Yep,
Clark.
Damone
Damone
Clark.
Clark. Jabril. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, and I don't know a whole lot about Damone Clark, but I know you liked him a lot. So if you want to talk about him really quick, is he better than Van Der Esch? Is he as good?
So Damone Clark fell in the draft. He fell to the 4th round because he had to have spinal surgery.
Ah,
Damone Clark was pretty incredible at LSU, and he is the only person on the team that Micah says is faster than him, which is saying something. Um,
definitely.
so, I mean, I'm excited to watch him this year. I don't know if he played at all last year, if any.
Hmm.
But I'm really excited. He fell to the 4th round because teams were scared of the spinal surgery. So, I mean, we'll see what happens there.
Yeah. That's why I gave him an A minus, just because their linebackers I didn't love, but obviously the D line itself was I felt like an A for sure, or an A plus.
Yeah. Do you think Mike is going to see any time at linebacker this year?
No, I don't at all. Yeah, that's something we can
No.
add to. Micah has
Okay.
supposedly been bulking up, and he's supposed up to 260 right now, right, or something like that. And he's supposedly just to play on the defensive line the entire time. So I'm intrigued to see it. I think it'll help in the long run. I'm intrigued though to see what his quick twitch and speed is at that weight for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Secondary wise in Dallas, we got obviously Stephon Gilmore, Trayvon Diggs, Jaron Kearse, Donovan Wilson, Malik Hooker. Man, safeties wise, they're loaded.
Yeah.
We'll see corner wise. I mean, obviously they got some guys, but as far as just their initial core. I gave them a B plus just because it'd be nice if they maybe they went 4 or 5 deep in corner. But man, safeties wise, they're pretty ridiculous there.
Yeah, and I would say that they are 4, 5 deep at corner. Traded Kelvin Joseph
I
for
did see
Noah
that. I really
Ig.
liked that trade. Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked it too because we were really deep at slot corner. We got Jordan Lewis coming back from injury and Deron Bland,
I heard
who
he's
I think is
out.
going
Is
to
he
see the.
back? Because I didn't put him down here just because he's out right now. How long is he out for? Did he
I
get? I don't know if he got put on the PUP list or not.
That would be bad news
Would be.
because I don't think Jordan Lewis is going to be ready to play meaningful snaps come week one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I think you need Deron Bland in the slot. But I
Gotcha.
mean, outside and at safety, dude, yeah. I mean, you got playmakers all over the field.
Yeah.
I think Stephon Gilmore is going to help, not so much from a performance standpoint, but I think he's going to have that veteran impact that you think about. I think he's going to help Trayvon a lot. I think he's going to,
Yeah.
give these guys the tricks of the trade and
I
teach them how to
agree.
be, I guess, professionals, like in a way. And not saying that they weren't, but I think he's going to add a lot of that maturity.
Yeah. No,
I think
I
he's
agree.
going to add a lot of maturity and keep us through the highs and the lows through the season. It's got to stay level if we can. I think he's going to help with that.
One thing I want to note is just Donovan Wilson. I love his play. He's
Oh
awesome.
yeah,
He always
gotta
comes up
love
and lays
Don.
the wood. He plays super hard. He's all over the field at all times. He's probably the most underrated player on this defense, and I just wanted to make a keynote to just
Mm,
talk about him.
good.
Key
Yeah, good
points
point.
here, just for Dallas this year. What I think they have a great offense, obviously, with loads of talent. My biggest key point for them is Dak needs to take care of the ball. We saw last year so many times. He's just given a team 2 to 3 opportunities a game. It's always just been a struggle of his turnovers wise. So if he can keep that in check, that they're going to be legit contenders. O line never seems to stay healthy and disappoints. I hope they stay healthy. That's always just hit or miss. You really never know what happens with the injury gods. They won't be
Yeah.
in as bad trouble at tackle if Tyron gets hurt again, just because Terrence Stills obviously was really good last year. And they rather than being weak at 2 tackles, they'll be weak at 1. But love their defense. Freaking love it. We just talked about them. But front seven's loaded and secondary's very good. Yeah, we kind of already went over that. But yeah, what do you think about
Yeah.
Dak needing to take care of the ball? Because I know you don't
You
like
know,
it when I say that.
yeah. You know, I don't know. I don't know. That's a tough one for me. I think
Okay.
Dak is one of the better quarterbacks in the league. I think sometimes he tries to make too many plays, and I think that's where you see him get into some sticky situations. But I think, gosh, so I know at least 4 interceptions last year. It was off the receiver's hands or misinterpretation by CD and Dak, where Dak was thinking CD would
Yeah,
cut in front of the
that did
defender,
happen a lot. Yeah.
and I think with one more year of CD being the number one guy, I think him and Dak are going to be on more of the same page. And I think also adding Brandon Cooks is going to take a little bit of a load off CD. And I don't think Dak's going to force him the ball as much as he might have been doing last year.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
so,
yeah. Let's. Yeah. No, I agree. Let's get into the my analysis for them. They're gonna have a great season. They should have a great season. God forbid anything crazy happens injury wise. They're gonna contest the Eagles for the division. Cowboys seem to just always disappoint their fans and not meet expectations. It continues to happen every year. Sorry, it just does. But they're an NFC contender, like for the past 3 or 4 years. Strength of schedule is hard. They have a hard schedule this year. I got them. I'll just go through it. I just got them. They got week 1. They got the Giants. Week 2, they got the Jets. Or Giants, I got to win. Jets, I got to win. Cardinals, I got to win. Patriots, I got to win. That's them going starting off 4-0. I don't. That potentially couldn't happen. Who knows? Then they have a tough road schedule coming up against the Niners and Chargers. I have them losing both those games. They're
Yeah.
due for a couple losses. I don't know. I feel like they'll be 4-6, 5 or 4-2, 5-2 around this time anyway. Rams win. Eagles loss at Eagles. I'm splitting games. Giants win. Panthers win. Commanders win. Seahawks win. Eagles win. That's a pretty long streak right there. Bills loss. It's at Buffalo. At
Yeah.
Dolphins loss, so another losing streak. But then I am finishing off the season beating the Lions. Commanders ends up 12-5. Pretty solid season. Anything you wanted to note on that?
No, man, that the NFL is a strange lady.
Yeah.
12-5 is pretty good. I wouldn't be surprised to see us finish 11-6, 10-7. The NFL is a strange lady, especially with those road games.